Yeah, thank you for having a look at this. The idea here is basically just to add concepts to references so that people can really focus on connecting concepts, but they are able to easily get the references behind them. So the initial thing is to add a references menu to the top of the screen. And if you click on that, you can see all your references listed alphabetically by title or author first name, last name, by date, and so on. So that can be useful in itself. It's reflecting on what is in the current document. We're not expecting this to have a separate database. But on top, it's by defined concepts. So here, one of the defined concepts is academic writing, and there's only one article that has been tagged academic writing. But this is the way you can easily get to it. If we look at the defined concepts dialog, I've just added a section there towards the top related to defined concepts. So arbitrarily, because it feels right, I've chosen 3 concepts. Probably shouldn't be able to add too many, but of course we'll have to experiment a little bit. And that is how the system knows where to add it in the previous dialog. The defined concepts dialog will then automatically show whatever reference has been tagged with that concept. Currently, this can be done manually, so there is a change here of just having them automatically listed. So that means that you've assigned the concept to the article or document rather than assign the document to the concept. We may want to put a plus here so you can do both, but that's the new workflow. Also, you'll see at the top of the screen, it doesn't say tag colon, it says this is a, because I don't want to get into terminology too much here. It's difficult enough for users that you have a citation and a reference and they kind of mean the same thing, but not really. So that's why I want to keep it simple. If you double click on this reference here, then it'll open the citation dialog. Also in the map view, the idea now is double click opens to this rather than to do equivalent of Command F, because this is what the user will be referring more to. It is less of a text in the document feature, it's more of a concept feature, so that's why we're adding the button show all occurrences right here if the user wants to do that. Also, it would be nice, if possible, to double click on an author name here in the reference dialog to have the top of the screen show that author so we can see what paper they've done, or maybe with a pop-up here. So it really allows the user to put whatever they want on the map. It can include people, it can include documents, but it doesn't have to have all the people in all the documents they have. It doesn't have to have all the documents either. The documents are there to support the citations, to support as citations the concepts. The architecture currently is super simple. There is no library, there is no specific store. We are using the journal for that, for whatever citations and concepts, which can easily be copied over to the user's document, or the user can have different documents for that. One of the dreams I have for the future is to have this citation dialog wider. So on the left you can see what this document cites, and on the right you can see what cites this document, so you can easily go through the flow of information. This is only possible where the data is available. So Visual Meta is of course one of the ways to make that available. An issue here is about where to store stuff. So if we go back to the library, maybe there shouldn't be just a journal. Maybe we should store this outside these defined concepts and the references in some sort of a library. But then it becomes a question of the interactions of the library itself versus the documents that are cited in specific documents. So that's why I'm trying to keep it really simple. Anyway, it would be really interesting to hear what you have to say about this or what you think about this. Thanks.